Welcome to the Sportsman's Journal with Butch Fortman.
Hi everybody. My husband Tyler and I are with Cliff Lake Resort, staying in one of the cabins at Lost Bay. They also have 2 other camps that you can choose from. And not only can you fish on beautiful Cliff Lake, but they have 7 Canadian bush lakes that you can explore. And any guest can take that opportunity. So my husband and I are headed out today for early season walleyes on one of the bush lakes. We're super excited to show you what we find. Stay tuned.
There is a place that exists where you can get away from everything. Hidden amongst 270 miles of unrivaled picturesque shoreline lies Cliff Lake Resorts. This 5,700-acre Canadian Shield Lake holds a multitude of species, including its best-kept secret, the muskie population. Or if smallmouth bass is your quarry, then look no further than the endless shoreline structure where smallies hide. With depths reaching 100+ feet, untold numbers of lake trout and whitefish swim in Cliff's basins, along with trophy walleyes and northern pike. Cliff Lake Resorts is the only outfitter with 3 different levels of accommodations. Lost Bay is full service with modern cabins and upgraded boats. Or for shorter stays in a pet-friendly atmosphere, try our Muskie Bay camp. Or if rustic is what you're looking for, then Cliff Lake Outpost will take you back to a simpler time. Find out more at clifflakeresorts.com and start your tradition today.
Stop dreaming and start planning. With world-class muskie, northern pike, walleye, smallmouth bass, and abundant panfish, Tamarack Island Wilderness Lodge is your next Canadian adventure. Located on a secluded island in the heart of famous Lake of the Woods, you'll enjoy modern cabins, 24/7 power, and a full-service dock with a family-friendly environment. For more information on your next dream Canadian fishing trip, contact Todd at Tamarack Island Wilderness Lodge.
So we just launched the boat, and what we're looking for is just some shoreline structure. Right now it's early, so the water temp hasn't fully warmed up yet. So the fish are swimming around trying to find the warmer water. So we just trolled along the shoreline a little bit, and then we found a tree here, and we haven't cast it yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and cast. What I'm using is I'm just kind of covering water. So I'm using a little bit bigger bait, and then if we catch some or have some follows, then maybe we'll switch it up to a small jig head with imitation minnow. First one off the tree on my jerk bait. Not a huge walleye, but just what we're looking for back here on one of these portage lakes. And the beautiful thing is most of these fish haven't been caught before, so they're gonna give quite a fight. There we go, now I got him pinched well. Got a lower lip hook there after some of my movement pulling the bait in. And then I'm just gonna pop that out like that. So I don't really want to hook my finger out here. Look at that beautiful walleye here on one of those portage lakes. First one. We'll get him back and we'll keep fishing. I think we found a good spot. So you want to try to cast as close to cover as you can. And there he is. Holy cow, that's fun. Some of these fish don't want to come out from cover. They like to stay in there. They feel protected, especially the cool water, and they're not real active. They're not real chasing. So bam. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna net this one. Ooh. If I'm able to here. Get him in the net. There we go. Net. And there we go. Another beautiful walleye out here. We'll go ahead and put him back. Whew. Doesn't take them long to recover. So this is about my third cast now without a fish. So I know they're using this structure. I know they're here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to go to my jig head. And I'm going to pitch it in under that structure and get those ones that are a little tighter to cover and not quite as active. Just dragging it right under that cover. Soft, slow little jigs. And there he is. About the same size as the last ones. I was trying to see if he's got some friends with him, but it doesn't look like it. They're not chasing, so they don't want to come out too far. So that's why we switched to the lighter tackle. More finesse fishing, especially early on in the season when that water temp is just starting to warm up. He inhaled it. Wow. He was hungry. I'm going to go ahead and just grab him. And I have my pliers handy because he swallowed that thing. There was no messing around with this guy. Oh, look at that. Cookie cutter, all the same size there under that tree. Woo.
So what's cool about these cache lakes that Cliff Lake Resorts offers is that they have 7 different kinds, and each one of them offers a little bit different, right there, a little different species. This one that we're fishing is obviously a really good walleye lake. But they also have a strictly lake trout lake. They have smallmouth bass, muskie lake. They have walleye lakes. So there's all these different things that you can go take advantage of. You just don't have to stay on Cliff. You can go fish these smaller lakes that are full of nice walleyes like this guy right here. Oh, see if I can swing him in here. He's borderline swinger there. He's almost too big to be doing that. But look at that. Isn't that awesome? These lakes are just full of these beautiful walleyes. Put him back. What's cool is we got the boat anchored about 10 feet away from that tree. And we're pitching in there like we're fishing crappies back in Wisconsin. But what's cool is that they're not crappies. They're walleyes, like this guy.
And they're nice.
And they're nice walleyes, that's right. Just pitch it in there like you're fishing for bass in cover or crappies in cover and wait about 2 seconds. It's a 3-step process. Find tree, pitch tree, catch walleye. I like doing it, and so will you. Right here off of this tree, and that's the cool thing about these stained lakes is we're sitting in 5 foot of water and there's walleyes there, and a couple of them followed this guy out. That's a solid fish right there. I just chunked it right up next to that tree. Just a little 1/16 inch jig and some soft plastic. You don't need to carry live bait out here. That's another thing we'll talk about more today, is you don't need to bring live bait because it's kind of a pain to carry it over the portage, stuff like that. And you don't really need them back here on these small lakes. These fish are hungry. Water warms up quick, like we are early in the season. Catching nice walleyes. So this tree right here, they're just hanging. I can actually see walleyes in there right now. So I'm just dropping that jig down there. You can see him cruising on the shallow part there of the tree. So it's almost like you're crappie fishing up here. You pitch up to the tree and you have a walleye. Can you see behind there? Look at the fish behind it. How cool is that? You've heard of 1 bass, 2 bass. How about 1 walleye, 4 walleyes? That is pretty sweet right there. Not too many places you can do that at. Have walleyes following your walleye in 5 foot of water. Boy, that is pretty neat. Look at that. That is cool. And they're all about the same size, right at that 19-inch mark. There we go, right there. Yeah, that is cool. Pop them right off there. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Put them back. I got one looking at my jig as it was sitting there. I know it's tough for, you guys can't see that, but that's actually what's happening. There he is. Wow. That is pretty fun. And the cool thing is, on these cache lakes that Cliff Lake provides, Cliff Lake Resorts provides, there is not another person out here. We have this all to ourselves, and it is 1 walleye, 2 walleyes. As fast as you can get your jig in, you're blowing out walleyes. And they're hungry, because there's evidence with the way this guy swallowed it. So there's some competition down there, but he was hungry. One thing that we always bring with us on these cache lakes is we bring bait mate, fish attractant with us. And the nice thing about when you bring the bait mate is you don't need to take live bait. So you don't have to worry about hauling a middle bucket across the portage. You don't have to carry worms. You don't have to worry about them getting hot and dying. So bring bait mate with you when you go. We got the walleye scent with us today. We're just spraying it on our soft plastics. And it's working just as good as live bait, and it fits right in your pocket too when you go across the portage lakes. You don't have to worry about making an extra trip for live bait. So always make sure you got bait mate. Here's a nice walleye right here. This is a really nice one, right under the tree. Oh, that's a really nice one. I mean, it is just one after another for these walleyes. And what's really neat is we found them with the jerk baits, with our search bait like we talked about before. And we said, okay, we just caught 2 of them there in a jerk bait. Let's go back and throw jigs. And this is so much fun with these jigs. Sarah, I know, is pretty anxious to get back in there. But I will let her fish after I land this one. I think there's plenty in there for everybody. Let's see. This one is almost too big to grab. Look at that fish, guys.
I know you've caught quite a few.
Wow. Take a look at that walleye. That is a nice one. He just wanted that jig something fierce. It's that bait mate that's on there is probably what's making him eat it so good.
Fish love it.
Yeah, fish love it. There you go. How about that? Cliff Lake Cache Lakes.
That's what we're after.
They're producers. Beautiful walleye. Let's go ahead and put her back. There's a lot more under that tree where she came from.
Good, I want a chance.
All right. One more.
Spend more time on the water this boating season with an incredibly reliable Honda outboard. Inspired by Honda's legendary automotive technology, Honda outboards offer the kind of power, reliability, and fuel efficiency you'd expect from the world's largest engine manufacturer. Whether you're thinking about a new boat or just repowering, you owe it to yourself to look at Honda. See your local Honda Marine dealer or visit us online today. Honda Marine, the power of boating.
Thunderhook Flying Outpost and Smooth Rock Camp is located in the heart of Wabakimi's Wilderness Provincial Park, larger than the Minnesota BWCA with 3.2 million acres and 15,000 lakes. Thunderhook has outpost camps on several different lakes with world-class fishing and hunting. Smooth Rock Camp is Wabakimi's finest fly-in resort on beautiful 24,000-acre Smooth Rock Lake. Its waters abounds with walleye, northern pike, and lake trout. For more information and a trip of a lifetime, go online to thunderhook.com.
Baitmate Fish Attractant offers a complete line of convenient dips and spray bottles for every species and for every season. When Baitmate is in your boat, you can expect more hook sets because fish love it.
So always make sure you got Baitmate. Here's a nice walleye right here. This is a really nice one.
With an ultra-concentrated formula geared towards multiple species, it's easy to see why Baitmate is the #1 trusted brand.
Birch Forest Lodge Resort is located in northern Minnesota on beautiful 12,000-acre Pelican Lake. Fishing is great for families with excellent panfish action, and the serious angler has trophy-sized bass, walleye, and northern. Birch Forest also has a great swimming beach and new marina dockage. Cabin selections can handle all size families and groups. For a great vacation, call Birch Forest Lodge 218-757-3479 or go online birchforestlodge.com.
So we pulled up along here, we found some more good trees, and all we're doing is just stopping, fish the trees, you know, give it a couple, 2 or 3 jigs, see if there's a walleye under there, and then move on to the next one. That's all you gotta do. And it's really nice on these portage lakes. They got really super nice motors on them. All brand new 4-stroke motors, those 6 horses. Dependable, because you don't want to get out here and have motor problems. So when you're out in the bush, you got a dependable motor, you got nice boats. They have all the stuff there for you. All you gotta do is take a key and a gas tank, and you're set up fishing for the day. It's pretty neat little setup they got going here. Right under that tree. This is fun. They really smack it too when they're ready to go. Just pitch her down there, wait a couple seconds, and there you go. You got yourself a walleye.
There he is. Oh, yeah, not quite as big as yours, but
Typical.
nevertheless, a beautiful Canadian walleye. Exactly what we're after. And you know what? It's nice to catch the big ones, don't get me wrong, but it's also very, very nice to see the small ones, because then you know you have different year classes coming up. You know the population is healthy. Now, one thing to be careful of is sticking your hand down there. You never know what's following the smaller fish. We have been fishing this tree for at least 20 minutes. And we finally saw in the distance that loon on her nest. And you know, the fishing up here is second to none. You can't beat it. But part of the thrill and the adventure in what makes your trip incredible is being able to see wildlife and nature at its finest. And they come right up to the boat. We actually had a loon pop out 5 feet from the boat up here. And that's what makes the trip. All those little extras. All right, so we just moved down the shoreline. Found another tree. Trying my jerk bait. And I could see one. Come on. Oh, that is so fun. And he's got friends. So we know that we have a good tree here. And now, once I land this guy, what I'll probably do here is, oh, Yeah, so I might switch up to my jig head just so it's a little easier to handle. These crankbaits can be a little scary out here. We'll go ahead and put him back. That wind blows and it gets a little bit harder to feel these light jig heads. Oh, I got to side it. Just dragging it, and there he was. Look at that.
You got another one?
Cookie cutter, same size. Third cast, third fish. It's so easy, even I can do it. Pop that out. A little bit bigger than the last one.
So the key when you're fishing these new lakes, especially smaller lakes, they all have that stained tea-colored water. And what's nice about that is those fish in those lakes tend to stay shallow most of the year, so it's a little easier fishing. So they tend to use a lot of shoreline structure. So basically when you come out here, you need to have 2 rods max when you come out. 1 to 2 rods is fine. A casting rod and then one for jigging. And on that casting rod or that heavier spinning rod, you want to put a search bait on there so you can troll or you can cast cranks, something to move along quick. And then once you find exact locations like we did, we found this tree here, that's when you can put on your jig and start extracting them one at a time and be a little more precise. So that's, you don't need to carry your whole tackle box back here to these lakes, mainly because you have to walk. But the walk's not too far and the trails are in pretty good shape. So they do a really good job here and these lakes are full of fish. Oh, there's a follow right there. Little walleye just followed her up. So we relocated over here. Geez, that did not take long. I was just about ready to say we just moved over to some weeds on some sandy stuff. We're casting our jerk baits, trying to locate some fish, and there's a dandy walleye right there. Wow.
He's nice.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun casting the twitch baits out here. That's a really good time. I didn't see any following her, but we'll see if she's got some more behind her. That's a dandy right there. Look at that. Wow. That's what we're looking for. That's a big, 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 big walleye. All right, look at that. That right there is a dandy. Beautiful walleye. Look at that thing. I can't get enough how pretty gold they are up here. Pretty special, and we're the only ones out here. This is awesome. This is what Canada's all about. It's what Cliff Lake Resorts is all about, putting people on big fish like this. You know it's good action when you can just take a seat and relax and catch a walleye. Perfect, perfect, perfect one for the frying pan. And these lakes are stacked full of them, but we're gonna put this one back. We're not gonna eat any fish tonight. Otherwise he'd be in trouble. There's the structure. That's all you're looking for back on these cache lakes. Shallow structure, usually trees, early season like we are here. It's June when we're up here. We've had some really good stable weather, so that's helping, but it's pushing those bait fish up into that shallow stuff. And the walleyes are right behind them. Right up under that tree again. They like the wood. That's where they're hanging. Ooh, it's another nice one. That's a dandy right there. Look at that guy. Ho, 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 ho. Boy, they are pretty gold in here. And these stained lakes, they're gorgeous gold. I'll take a seat and see if I can hand land this one. We've caught so many today. The net's probably got a hole in it. Let's see if I can get under it. That is a beautiful, beautiful walleye.
Feisty too.
Yeah, he's feisty. He doesn't like being touched. But he knows I'm gonna throw him back. How about that one?
That's a nice hump on his head.
Wow, what a fish.
I got another one on a jerkbait.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
And he's a nice one.
Yeah.
And there's like 4 of them with him. It's awesome. See him? Did you see the follower? Oh my gosh. Wow. This is so much fun. And even though the water's just a little bit stained, you can see when you get up far enough, and that is just amazing. I love it. Oh, wow. Oh, look. Wow. This is a nice, beautiful walleye. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And that might be the biggest one of the day. And it is a nice one. Very, very excited. Get him back in the water. And these bigger ones, you want to make sure that you handle them with love. There he goes.
Come visit Lost Bay Resort, one of Northwest Ontario's finest drive-to destination, just 3 hours north of the Minnesota border. Enjoy modern cabins with the comforts you're used to, or upgrade to our executive timber frame home for a fishing vacation you won't soon forget. Cliff Lake provides a diverse fishery with unlimited angling opportunities. Start your tradition today and find out more at clifflakeresorts.com.
Spend more time on the water this boating season with an incredibly reliable Honda outboard. Inspired by Honda's legendary automotive technology, Honda outboards offer the kind of power, reliability, and fuel efficiency you'd expect from the world's largest engine manufacturer. Whether you're thinking about a new boat or just repowering, you owe it to yourself to look at Honda. See your local Honda Marine dealer or visit us online today. Honda Marine, the power of boating.
I hope everybody enjoyed this week's episode. We had a blast on one of the cache lakes up here at Cliff Lake Resorts. Next time you guys come up to Cliff Lake Resorts, you gotta take advantage of one of the cache lakes. Great opportunity for fishing, always a great adventure. You never know what you're gonna see, you never know what you're gonna catch. We had a blast catching walleyes today. We'll see you next week on Sportsman's Journal.
Closed captioning brought to you by Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line. Gamma, the highest quality fishing line in the industry.
I would like to give promotional considerations and special thanks to these fine sponsors. Check out my website, butchfurtman.com. Thanks for watching Sportsman's Journal. Tune in next week for more outdoor action.